Next up in my Meeting Women in WordPress series is Svilena Peneva. How are you?
Hi, Michelle. I'm great. Thank you for having me. And that was some
It,
great pronunciation on my name there. So I'm really impressed.
I've been working on people's names. I don't like it when I mispronounce people's names. My name gets mispronounced all the time. And I think a lot of us do, right? Especially when we work in a global community. But I try really hard to make sure I get as close as possible with my American accent.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, tell
Well,
everybody who doesn't know you where you're located and what you do with WordPress.
yep. So I'm located in Sofia, Bulgaria. I work at NitroPack, which is now part of WP Engine. I'm the head of partnerships there. So I take care of our partners and I make sure that they have good experiences. I make sure they're successful using our products and services. And yep,
I
that's
love it.
it.
And our paths have crossed several times in different word camps and things like that in the past. And it's just always a pleasure to see you and be able to talk to you. And you've even been on my podcast, WP Coffee Talk, which was a lot of fun.
That is
Yeah.
true, which was the first podcast that I ever did. So I think
Yeah.
it was a defining moment for sure, but obviously that was a positive experience for me because if it had been a negative one, not only would we not be here, but like the couple of other things similar to that I've done since then, I wouldn't have done. I would have been like,
Oh.
no way.
Well, I'm glad it was a good experience for you for sure. So why is WordPress important to you and to NitroPack?
So obviously that's where the vast majority of our clients live. So we're customers. So from a business standpoint, that's really important. But it's also, I think, that's something that comes to mind for everyone who knows WordPress or who's been using WordPress is that it's not just a CMS or an ecosystem, it's a community, which is something that I was surprised to discover and I didn't know going in and becoming more active at events and things like that. But it's a place where you'll find many like-minded people who
Mm-hmm.
bump into the same problems that you bump into on a daily basis. It's a community full of people who will always be able to lend a hand in that way or just in any way that they can is the thing that I've discovered. And I think
Yeah.
that's the things that makes it so valuable.
Yeah, I agree. It's a pretty amazing community. And the fact that you can, not only have customers all over the world, but that you make friendships and form friendships all over the world, I think is pretty cool for sure. So for women who are either considering or starting their tech journey and working in WordPress, what advice would you offer them?
Yeah. So I think it might be a little intimidating at first because I know it was for me, like especially as a woman in tech and then someone who doesn't have a technical background, and I'm both of those things. It can be intimidating, but my advice is don't be intimidated. Just jump in first.
Mhm.
You'll definitely figure it out as you go along. It's a very, like tech is a very exciting field to be a part of because it's always changing, it's always evolving. You're going to be at the forefront of all these changes, which is then, I think, going to affect the rest of your life and it's going to make you that much more curious and open to change, which is always a positive thing. So my
Mhm.
advice is don't be afraid.
Yeah.
Just go in, make yourself known, make friends, and it's going to be an awesome journey.
Yeah, I think that's the same. I think the same way. I often think about like when you said just jump right in. It's like we think about like doing like I think about like the trapeze artists and like tightrope walkers and they say like working without a net. But I think that the other women in tech and in WordPress specifically are the net that are there to help you if you feel like you're faltering, which I think
Yeah.
is a really good thing for sure.
A
Yeah.
100%. And I can attest to that from my own experience because when I was first entering WordPress or the WordPress community, there were like obviously that was something obvious to other people and other women who had been in it for much longer, and they went out of their way to give me a helping hand and to tell me, hey, if
Mhm.
there's anything you need or something you're not sure about, just let me know.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's a great community for sure, 100%. Well, I know you're getting ready to go to CloudFest and it's Friday evening for you right now. And so I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy day and your schedule to share some of your journey and talk with me today. Thank you so much. I always appreciate your time and getting to say hello to you.
Thank you for having me. It's been
My
great.
my pleasure.